stories? You guys have been together a few days. What stories and memories do you have together from the past, from your old days that came right back that you've been reliving together?
Well, I just remember a funny gig that we played on a boat that was going around the Hudson River, around the Statue of Liberty. And it was a radio, like one of these Circle Line cruises. And so 98.5 people could come, or something like that, And we were playing in the center deck of this boat. But you could only see us if you looked down this door. There's only about 9 heads that could look down this door staircase to see us playing. It was really odd. So we're playing, and the boat would turn, and we'd kind of over here and then play over here. And we went around. It was just the oddest thing I ever, I thought, okay, I remember that one.
It was one of the original Monsters of Rock cruises, right?
What's your favorite memory, favorite gig with the four of you guys?
Oh, favorite gig? Well, I can't say a specific show, but I would say that my favorite shows were always the kind of, not the big, giant stadium arena ones, really, because a lot of times those didn't sound good, and we were always opening up for somebody else. So we're getting sandbagged, it didn't, particularly sound good, and we just rush us up there. But when we'd play, sometimes we'd get off the road, and then we'd go play a club, a small club that would be packed to the gills. I mean, the walls would be bulging. And we go in there, be hot and steamy, and all this anticipation. We go out there and just rule.
The energy,
so fun,
that all the energy is directed at us. It's they're came to.
They're
see
not waiting
us.
for Kiss,
right? And Jeff, what are some of your favorite memories?
Well, probably going to Japan. To be honest with you, Japan was always really good for us. It was. We seemed to get along better then, even in the difficult days, and the shows always sounded amazing. We seemed to play better there. Probably because it did sound amazing. And, the interaction with the fans was just amazing.
That is different than America.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have people literally, we wanted to go shopping toward the end of the tour, so the limousine pulled up in front of the hotel, and all the fans, clambered over the limo. But we went out the back kitchen door and hopped into cabs and laid down and snuck out the back. It was kind of like Beatlesque, and people would do like candlelight vigils. But you got to be careful what you say. One night I was just goofing around, and I've been watching one of those Marx Brothers movies. It was called Bananas. And so on stage I just said, bananas, bananas, bananas. And the next day, people showed up and were throwing bananas on the stage.
Oh, wow. Speaking of that.
Remember that?
Do you remember? Yes, I do. But do you remember? Bananas reminded me. The last night with Aerosmith.
Oh,
boy. First, Mick walked out with no. Yeah,
in drag.
That's
yeah,
right.
you walked out in drag.
Drag for Dude Looks Like a Lady.
And I bribed the keyboard player. Again, Bananas reminded me of this. I bribed the keyboard player into the beginning of Dude Looks Like a Lady. It goes banana, banana. Well, I got him to sample himself going banana, banana, and he actually played it.
That night they hung George. George was
And then they hung George, yes,
with a giant bag of feathers, and they put him in the lighting.
He was in an angel
and
outfit.
he dumped the feathers on him, and they left him up there. And the lights got really hot, and he was up there going, "Get me down out of here!"
Well, you know what happened is George started, like swinging on the thing, and he got the wires turned around, so he was stuck.
Well, no, what it was at the end of every tour. At the end of every tour, you mess with the other band, right? And the headliner really gets to mess with the opening act. But we were the opening act, so we thought we're not going to let the headliner get the best of us.
Yeah.
We're going to get these guys first, hit them hard, right?
So bad.
Well, it all kind of backfired on us because, I did the angel thing, you guys did all your stuff, but the thing was that they got wind of it. So I got my angel suit on with my little pillowcase full of feathers and my halo and my wings, and I'm throwing the feathers on what's his name?
Well, your
singer.
usual stage outfit, basically.
And they put me in a harness, and then they lift me up, a couple 100 feet or whatever, 100 feet above the stage, and the whole audience can see me, and my little pillowcase.
You haven't seen an angel when he has socks on.
And at first it went over, accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and we're like, whatever, we're doing this, and then they tied me off. Their crew overpowered our crew, and then they tied the ropes off so I couldn't get back down, and they left me hanging in the
Like
lights.
after every song they go, "Thank you very much, George Lynch, ladies and gentlemen."
Then they started banging me around into the lights. These are 1,000-watt pars.
That was not cool.
And that actually was getting a little bit scary.
Yeah.
They weren't they hung me up there for like.
Oh, it was half the.
It's
set.
pretty weird when
the
Lynch is getting hung, right?
Wow, never thought of it that way.
Well, you pride yourself on being well hung.
But Oh, this is
Jeff has got
it's the
mic drop
family
after
show,
mic
Jeff.
drop after this morning. Boy, he's on a roll. 9:50.
At least I'm not sniffing.
Right.